this and have their answers or get answers to their questions. Patricia? Can everyone hear me okay? Okay, great. Well, thank you to Heidi and to Jennifer and to all of you for being here this afternoon with me as we talk a little bit about the unique features of the Education USA Academy at the University of Colorado Boulder. Um, Jennifer, I'm just wondering if we're able to see the slides. Okay, so um, great. We're just loading those now, so bear with us for just a second. Okay, so some of you are familiar with our campus. We're located in Boulder, Colorado, which is about 30 minutes northwest of Denver. Denver has a fantastic international airport. If we can go to the next slide. Um, some of you have already checked out our website for the EdUSA Academy. We have information there in both Spanish, Portuguese, in addition to English. We're really excited about the program because, you know, as the model is to help students polish their English language skills, explore U.S. culture and higher education in specific, and experience our beautiful campus and have an opportunity to live with and socialize with U.S. high school students. Can we go to the next slide? Just a quick word about the curriculum in the program. We will be doing some academic writing and reading, but it will be project-based, and the students will do a lot of, they won't be sitting and necessarily doing 5-paragraph essays, the kind of essay and writing and reading work they might do in their high school or private language classes back in their countries. But we want them to get out and explore the community of Boulder and the state of Colorado, and they'll be conducting a little bit of research, and we'll be integrating that research into writing and reading activities. They'll be keeping a blog of their, okay, can everyone hear me? Okay, so I'll slow down a little bit. Maybe I'm talking too fast. Too much coffee this morning. But in the academic writing and reading course, students, again, will be doing some research in the community and in the state, and they will use that research in order to maintain a blog and produce a written research project. In addition, they'll be focusing on oral communication, both oral communication for academic purposes, but also oral communication for social purposes. That is, a lot of times students, you know, they're very familiar with the format of lectures, and they know how to take notes very well. They've been well prepared in that sense. But they may have, even at the higher levels, they may have some challenge with, for example, talking to a professor during office hours, or asking questions about a syllabus, or even questioning a grade. So we want to simulate a little bit of that in the oral communication class. And then students will also have the opportunity to present their research and do a poster of the research that they've conducted, and present that to not only other students in the class, but also, again, U.S. high school students who will be participating in other academies and programs on the campus during the summer. Additionally, students will focus on university preparation, and this course is meant to complement the many wonderful services that EducationUSA provide in country. So we'll be taking a look at the, things like the Common Application, brainstorming ideas for their personal statements and essays, talking and rehearsing some of the interviews that they need to do. We'll also be looking at international student scholarship applications and the requirements there, and discuss the kinds of things that campuses such as ours are looking for in student applicants. So, for example, what kinds of volunteer experiences campuses are looking for, or experiential learning, extracurricular activities. And lastly, we're going to immerse the students in U.S. culture and have many rich conversations and lectures and field trip experiences dealing with contemporary issues. For example, in Colorado and at the University of Colorado Boulder, some of the big topics include energy issues, sustainability, entrepreneurship, the environment, And so we'll be bringing experts in and doing field trips with the students so that they have an opportunity to talk to people, practice their questioning skills, and learn more what it's like to study and live in the United States. Can we go to the next slide? Um, just on our website, there's a list of the tentative schedule, and the program runs from July 6th through July 31st. You'll see our schedule includes not only the coursework, but a variety of activities for the students each week, some of them being more fun and cultural and others being more academic focused. You'll notice that there are campus tours each week, so we'll be visiting schools such as University of Denver, Colorado School of Mines, um, Front Range Community College, Colorado College. So there are a variety of public and private universities and community colleges, liberal arts schools that the students will be exposed to and have an opportunity to talk with their admissions team about everything from admissions requirements to what it's like to study on their campus and so on. Can we go to the next slide? Housing and meals, of course, a lot of information is available on our website, but one of the things that I want to emphasize to all of the advisors and REACs is that students will be living, of course, in separate housing. It will be on campus, but the students will only be living with underage minors. They will be well supervised by residence hall directors and assistants, and those RAs, as well as faculty members, will be attending all of the off-campus and on-campus events with the students. So in other words, students are supervised pretty much 24 hours a day. They'll be doing bed checks. They will be separated from adult students on the campus. And there'll be a lot of, again, activities in the dormitory for the students to gain a sense of community and also to bond with the other students. Boulder as a city is a very safe community, so the students will be very well taken care of here on the campus, but they will also be very safe within the community itself. We have excellent public transportation that, again, if the students are going off campus, they will either be using CU Boulder buses that we've rented for special activities, or they will be accompanying faculty members or other staff and personnel from the campus on using the wonderful public transportation system we have here in Boulder and in the Denver environment. Can we go to the next slide? Often when I'm traveling in South America and Latin America, talking to students about the academy, some parents and kids have asked about the food on the campus. And one of the things I can tell you is, of course it's written there, but there's such a wide variety of nutritious and delicious food on our campus. The students will be receiving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They can choose from Latin cuisine, Mexican cuisine, Persian, American, Italian, a very large and healthy salad bar, gluten-free. Every kind of dietary concern is addressed, from halal to kosher to food allergies and so on. So the students will definitely not go hungry, and I'm sure they're going to enjoy the campus dining halls. Can we go to the next slide? I won't go over the application step by step with you here, but just to let you know, it is a very simple application. Basic information we need from the students, of course, their names, their addresses, contact information. If you have any questions at all about the application, we are happy to help in any way that we can. You'll notice on the checklist that there's a liability waiver and medical treatment authorization form. If anyone needs assistance in translating that to Spanish or Portuguese, we're happy to do so. This is one of the requirements in dealing with minor students on the campus of University of Colorado. We want to make sure that parents feel secure that their children are well taken care of, that the CU Gold health insurance is very extensive. It covers every kind of scenario that you can imagine. The health center on the campus is excellent. We have outstanding doctors and nurses and medical personnel. And of course, within Boulder and Denver, the area hospitals are just amazing, and we're not foreseeing any situations, but of course there's always something that comes up, and we're well prepared to help students in every way. Of course, students need to submit a bank statement or some kind of financial documentation that they have sufficient funds for the program. And then, of course, the identification page of the applicant's passport. Again, any questions at all? We've been fielding many questions from advisors, but if there are additional questions, we're happy to help any way that we can. Can we go to the next slide? So again, my name is EdUSA. My contact information is here. We also have a special email address for the Academy on our website. We're happy to send that to you too. It's EdUSA at academy@colorado.edu. Our whole team here is just ready to help, again, in any way that we can. If you have questions about English language proficiency and whether the students have sufficient proficiency to thrive in the program, we're happy to answer specific questions related to that. Ideally, students would have a minimum of intermediate level English proficiency, and that is so that they can actively engage and participate in the university preparation part of the curriculum. Of course, we can address language issues from the most beginning level to the most advanced. But for the students to really engage with campus personnel and U.S. high school students, it would be ideal if they had intermediate level. Another question that has come up recently is what if there's a student who has completed high school but is still underage, is still 16 or 17 years old? Would they benefit from the program, and would CU Boulder accept them into the program? I believe they would. I mean, there are students who, because of their age, they're doing sort of a gap year, and perhaps they've been studying for the SATs or IELTS or TOEFL exam, and they're preparing their applications, but they're still not quite sure where they want to study or what kind of university or college they'd like to study at. I think they would really benefit from this experience as well. Again, because they'll have a taste of 5 different universities and colleges, and they'll have the opportunity to simulate a college learning experience here on our campus. It can help these students build their English skills, but also their confidence. One of the things we know about students being successful, international students being successful on university campuses, is that they make the most use out of the resources that are available to them. For example, tutoring centers, peer mentors, um, writing centers, international student services offices. They'll be able to interact with all of these resources and facilities on the campus, in addition to recreation centers and libraries, and learn how these centers work. And these are pretty much the same across all colleges and universities in the U.S. So we think it'll help students build their confidence. So even for that student who's in their gap, they're doing a gap year, we think that they would benefit a great deal from this experience too. Um, that's all the information I have right now, but happy to take any questions you have if you'd like to type any in. Thank you for that question, Jennifer. Our application deadline for the University of Colorado Boulder is June 1st, because that's a little over a month before the program starts on July 6th, and that's usually the window we need in which to process the application and get the students' acceptance letter and paperwork to them in order for them to get a visa appointment and get their visa and plane ticket taken care of. The longer they wait, in case, of course, sometimes the higher the plane tickets can cost. Okay, we have a question here about the case of twins. Mother has been pressing to learn if both might be accepted. Um, Absolutely, we can accommodate twins in our program. Um, and, you know, I mean, preferably they would room with different roommates, so that they're not isolating themselves. And certainly we would want them to engage with each other, but we would work with the family in order to accommodate twins. So that's not a problem. And we also have a question about how much time after they apply that they should expect their I-20s. So once an application is complete, we can generally turn over a decision within 48 hours. And in some cases, we can scan email the I-20 to the student if they, in situations where they think it may take them a while to schedule a visa interview. I know in Brazil now, it doesn't take a very long time to get a visa interview appointment, but in other countries it may take a little bit longer. So in those cases, we are happy to scan email the I-20 to the students so that they have the information needed in order to schedule the interview. And then it's just a few days by express mail for the packet to be delivered to them. Do we have any additional questions? Well, I'll just mention that I know Perhaps a few of you will be going to NAFSA in a couple of weeks. So I would love to hear from you if you will be at NAFSA, and we'll also be at the Education USA Forum in Washington, D.C. at the end of June, which is right before the startup time of the program. But it would be wonderful to talk to any advisors if you have additional comments or questions. We always welcome your feedback. We have another question, will there be opportunities to interact with U.S. students? Absolutely, both university-age students through very structured activities and programs, as well as U.S. high school students. So for example, at the University of Colorado Boulder, we host a number of academies and camps and programs, including a pre-collegiate program for underrepresented students within the state of Colorado. We also have a Science Discovery Academy for high school students, a Shakespeare camp, and a variety of sports camps and an astronomy camp. Those students will all be living in the same dormitory on floors with students from their programs, but we are planning volleyball games, for example, and some of the national park trips will be combined with students from across those different camps and programs and academies. So the students in the EdUSA Academy will have many opportunities to practice their English and learn from other students. By the same token, we're hoping that the U.S. high school students on our campus will benefit a great deal from meeting students from the 5 different target countries. For example, in our pre-collegiate program, we have many first and second generation Mexican American students, high school students, who may be going to CU Boulder in the near future or one of the 5 other campuses that we'll be visiting. We think it would be lovely if those students connected with Mexican students in the Education USA Academy, built friendships, and then were inspired to do a either short or long-term study abroad opportunity when they're in college in Mexico or one of the other target countries. So that's one of our informal goals, if you will. We have a question that I see Jennifer answered, whether 14-year-old students can apply to this academy. No, as Jennifer said, not this academy. However, if students are interested in other programs at the University of Colorado Boulder, we do have, they're not English language programs, but for example, our Science Discovery Summer Academy can host students that are younger than 15. And if you'd like any information about that, please feel free to send me an email, and I'm happy to connect you with the director of that program. Jennifer, do we think we have any additional questions? Okay, thank you for that question, Jennifer, about the campus tours themselves. So we have several lined up, and their admissions offices are very eager and excited to work with the students in the academy. So, for example, one of the schools we'll be visiting is the Colorado School of Mines, which is located in Golden, Colorado. It is a public university that is very well ranked, and a lot of students from the target countries will be interested because it focuses on engineering, specifically mining engineering and petroleum engineering. So a lot of students may be interested in that school. We'll also be visiting the University of Denver, which is in Denver. That is a private university, and it's, a research one, well-ranked school that offers a variety of majors in every single area you can imagine, from the humanities, social sciences, engineering, and business, and so on. Additionally, we will be visiting with Front Range Community College. It's an excellent representative of the community colleges in the United States and provides students with a fantastic opportunity to get a head start on their college education at a very reasonable price. And they have a variety of services and specialized courses for international students. So students who do not have very high English language proficiency, it's a fantastic opportunity for them to work on their English language proficiency and get some of the students' basic courses taken care of. It's also a school that's, in a safe location with great public transportation and many housing opportunities for international students. We will be visiting Colorado College, which is a private liberal arts school located near Colorado Springs. So it's a different area of Colorado, and they have, again, fantastic humanities arts programs. And yeah, Jennifer, it is beautiful down there. And it's a very small school, and again, an excellent representation of the liberal arts kinds of schools that students, even if they did not want to stay in Colorado, but they're interested in that liberal arts college experience, it's a good representative. And then we will be visiting possibly another public university, either University of Colorado, Denver, or Colorado State University in Fort Collins, which is another type of public university that is a land grant university and has an extensive extension program. And so for those students who are interested in conducting research and are interested in online education and agriculture and environment, and another good representative of the many kinds of land grant universities that are available across the U.S. So, as we're wrapping things up, I'll just mention again, students will be in a very safe and secure environment, that we have a great number of expert quality faculty and staff who are very caring and nurturing and responsible, who will be taking care of students and making sure that they receive optimal challenge, that they are improving their English language skills, that they have a fantastic experience in a university setting in the U.S., and that this program will be an outstanding representation of public and private education across the U.S. Thank you so much this afternoon for spending a little time with us. Again, please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions or if we can be helpful in any way. Thank you so much, Jennifer and Heidi, again. So we have another question from Patricia about how students will be selected. We will be selecting students from among the 5 target countries, and we will do a quick English proficiency measure in order to confirm that the students are at intermediate level and above. If students, we'll do a lot of outreach with the students to make sure that the program is a good fit for what they are looking for. And we will welcome a few students from outside the 5 target countries in order to have a little variety as well, so that the students may speak, so that we'll have students in the program who speak not only Portuguese and Spanish, but we would like to have a few other students in order to motivate the students to use their English skills as much as possible.
Okay, thank you very much, Patty. Can everyone hear me? Patty, thank you. I'm going to take you off the air, but please do stay online if you're able to in case there are any additional questions in the last few minutes. But thank you. That was a really wonderful and very informative presentation. I certainly wish that I could attend the Education USA Academy at the University of Colorado in Boulder. As you could see from some of the photos, Boulder is one of the most beautiful cities in the United States. Colorado is one of the most beautiful states in our country. So I would definitely encourage you all to, if you can't come yourselves at some point, or if you haven't been, to look at photos online. And this is a wonderful place to be in the summer. So please do encourage your students who are interested and have the means to consider applying to this academy. University of Colorado Boulder has put together, as you can tell, a really thoughtful program, a very rich curriculum, both academically in terms of English language, but also in terms of college preparatory content. The college tours reflect a broad diversity and range of higher education institutions that we have in the United States. And the cultural activities and sort of fun activities they have planned for the kids look wonderful too. And as she mentioned, there are lots of wonderful opportunities for interaction with US students and to practice their English. So I just want to thank you all for your participation today. Please let me know if, I can open the floor to any questions more generally about the Academy. I do want to mention that both deadlines are coming up soon, and there are still some places, some slots for students. So I think you know the Syracuse University deadline is this coming Friday, the 15th. And then, as Patty mentioned, the deadline for University of Colorado Boulder is June 1st. So we're hoping to get some more applications for both programs. And I'm happy to answer any additional questions if there are any. And as I mentioned, this is being recorded this time. I can see it ticking away. So we will send out the link to this webinar after we're finished so that you can share it with your advising colleagues who were not able to log on today. And you can also refer to it yourselves for any information that you might have missed or you want to review or share with others. Okay. Okay, well, I don't see any additional questions, but you have Patty's email address, and you should all have the link to their website with their online application. Please let me know if that's not the case. But I once again want to thank Patty for her time and thoughtful presentation today. And I'd like to thank all of our advisors and REACs who were able to participate, and my colleagues here at the State Department who are also, some of them are also in the room. Thanks so much to all of you for your time and your support and help in publicizing this program and in hopefully making it a big success. We're all very, very excited here at the U.S. Department of State and in the Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs. And we thank you for all of your efforts to promote U.S. higher education in general, and especially through the EducationUSA Academy. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.